Dave Sternitzke, been bass fishing my whole life, pretty much. Been fishing my whole life, not necessarily for bass, but now that's pretty much all I do. My first float tube was, I can't even remember the name anymore. It was the type you had to put an inner tube in. It was brown, and I used it for years and years and years. Until I finally got me a caddis pontoon boat like this, but it was kind of a hokey one, but I thought it was a Cadillac. And fished that for years and years until I got me my first water skeeter. Enjoyed that water skeeter a lot, but I kept getting beat at tournaments. I'd row as hard as I could, and guys were just flying by me. So eventually, I got me this fine Bucks Bag 9-footer, and never looked back. It's a great boat. Well, I used to fish this lake, well, still do, a lot. And I would always see guys out here, and they would say, you know, why don't you join our club? Fishing for fun. And then I thought I was pretty good, so I thought, yeah, I'll join this club. And first tournament was at Lake Sonoma. Got skunked. Realized I wasn't so good. Second tournament was at, might have been Spring Lake. Got skunked. And then from then on, I kept my ears open and learned from the other guys and got a little bit better. So it's a great club.
Cool.
If you want to learn more about bass fishing, join this club. Something like that. It was, thought I was in the club for 6 years, but maybe it's been 7 years. I'm not sure. But it's one thing I ever did to increase my knowledge of bass fishing. I think I've won a couple of them. Yeah, I've won not as many as I should, probably, but I've won a few. Everyone's very memorable. The first tournament I won was with me and Phil, maybe. Possibly the Delta, California Delta. I know Phil and I won 2 tournaments together. Came in second a few times, came in third, but this guy named Richie, he beat me out, Richie Carroll, I don't know if you've heard of him. He beat me out a couple of times, weighing his fish in last. It was painful. Yeah, Angler of the Year is something that everybody's going for. And 3 years ago, I was in first place with the last tournament to go. And I think my closest competition was Bill Sweat. And I had a tough day. I think I did get a limit, but it was an extremely small limit. And so we went to weigh in. I was on pins and needles, and Bill was ahead of me in weight, and it just mattered whether the last few guys weighing in were above or below. They couldn't be in the middle. And so when it all worked out, it looked like by one point I had won Angler of the Year by myself. And then they were checking over the scores, and it was like, oh, there was another one. So Bill and I tied, and it was good. I'm very happy to tie Angler of the Year with Bill. He's a great fisherman. And then 2 years ago, I won it on my own. That was also at Blue Lakes. And I can pretty much remember every fish that I caught that day. It was a tough tournament, but I managed, all I needed was one fish. When I caught that first fish, I kissed it. Did the old Bill dance and kissed that fish, because I knew all I needed was one fish to get Angler of the Year. So, and that year, I had it all to myself. So that was a good feeling. Well, the thing I like best about fishing out of a kick boat, there's a lot of things actually. What I really enjoy is the no stress. You don't have to have a boat. You don't have to have a truck to pull it. It's economical, but that's probably the least. That's probably the least part of fishing out of a kick boat that I enjoy. I just enjoy being the control of a kick boat. You know, you got your feet doing all the work. You're not having to worry about using oars or a trolling motor. And it's just great for fishing small bodies of water, even though we do Spring Lake, or excuse me, Clear Lake and Berryessa or whatnot. But I don't know. I fished out of bass boats, which is a lot of fun too. But fishing out of a kick boat is something that I'm going to do as long as I can. And I enjoy it. Even now when my feet are cold, I love it. Oh, it's only going to grow. More and more people see us having fun. Visit our website. Something you can get into without spending a fortune. Camaraderie is great. That's one of the nicest things about being in the club. And I don't see it going anywhere but up. B&T is it's our sister club, more out of the Bay Area. They're a bunch of sissies. Don't know shit about fishing. And B&T is it's our sister club, more out of the Bay Area. They're a bunch of sissies. Don't know shit about fishing. And our sister club, B&T, Bass and Tubes, we get together, well, twice a year. We go to their, what's that called? The Open, I guess it's called. And that's usually at M&M Campground at Clear Lake. And it's a lot of fun because you meet guys that you don't normally see during the year. You read about them on their website, but it's just a blast. And then when we have our Classic in October, then they come and join us, and it's just a good time. It's good to, they're very similar to us, same equipment, same type of boats usually, but it's just a good time. Good time to meet people that you don't normally fish with. Kind of broadens your horizons a little bit.